right, let's do this. It has been 2 weeks since the last time I've even made a video. It's just been super busy. Work's been super busy. Just been here, there, and everywhere, trying to get my life in order as a 24-year-old living in Los Angeles tries to do. But regardless, we're back. Welcome back to episode 7 of the Mackin Show. Just input applause. I don't know if I can do that yet. But regardless, we're fucking back. Episode 7. It's been fun as fuck so far. We've been doing a lot of fun shit. I just have to start this off with what I did last night, honestly. I know there's been a lot going on. I know there's more shit that I want to talk about, but last night is what we're going to talk about. And what I mean by that is the fucking Eras tour and everything Taylor Swift. I would like to sit here and say I'm speechless because that's truthfully what it is, but in that I'm an honorary Swiftie, but that just doesn't do it justice. Taylor Swift put on a fucking masterclass at just how to perform, garnering a crowd, making everybody have an amazing... Even when I didn't know what the song was, I was still jumping around. I think my leg is broken from just standing for an entire 3.5 hour set. It was insane. Like I said, I've always been a Taylor Swift fan. Like, I've always liked the songs, like, yeah, her big hits. Like, I've been more of like I want to say a fake Taylor Swift fan, but like, I didn't know every song. I wasn't out here, listening to every song on every album, but I like Taylor Swift. After last night, I have to change my approach. I have to listen to every Taylor Swift song. I get the hype now. Like, I got the hype before. I fucking get it now. Like, this was insane. Like, just because it catered to me, this is the second best concert experience I've ever been into in my life. And just because it catered to me more, Astroworld was the first. We don't need an argument about that. It's just preference. Taylor Swift, Eras Tour, absolutely insane. Given that she created an earthquake in Seattle, I don't know how she didn't create one at SoFi. I thought it was insane and cool as fuck that was my first time ever. I've been in LA for 2 years. That was the first time I've ever been to SoFi Stadium. I haven't been for any games, nothing like that. It was also Taylor Swift's first time in SoFi Stadium. So are me and Taylor Swift kind of like friends now because we both shared that experience together? I think so. So, no, I thought it was amazing. Like, normally people would be like, oh, 3 hours is so long. She needed all that 3 hours. I thought from the light, like, they gave you these bands, like this bracelet almost that like lit up and crazy. Like, you'll see them on social media and shit. Go check my social media if you want to see it. But regardless, like, they lit up for the songs and like the whole stadium was lit up. It was fucking insane. My top 3 favorite that she performed were, because I just looked this one up, was Don't Blame Me, Nobody, No Crime, and She Wears Short Skirts, I'm on the plate. Fuck, I forget the name of that song, but those three were my top favorite live. I thought everything was good live, but those were Nobody, No Crime, just my favorite Taylor song. But regardless, it was absurd. I get the hype now. I think there's no doubt after seeing it in person, people's reaction to her. In the entertainment space, she's the most famous person on the planet. I don't think anyone touches her right now. I really don't. Like, it's a cult. I'm glad I got inducted to be a part of it. I'm glad to be a member. Anything Swifties need, want, done, I'm at your beck and call. I got you. Honorary Swiftie at this point. Like, I thought it was fucking amazing. Like, whoever else is going to go to any of these Eras, she just added more dates in like Miami, Toronto. If you're going to go to a Eras Tour show, go to it. Spend the money. Do that shit. Like, I know this is, a very corny thing to say because everyone's like, oh my God, well, you'll get the experience. Spend the money, truthfully. Like, no matter where your seats are, it's going to be an amazing show. Like, shout out to Allison. Allison's the bomb because we got awesome seats. No, M had a dope ass time, and yeah, I thought it was so amazing. It was deserved every bit of hype possible, and Taylor Swift is mother, so shout out to that. I thought she was fucking amazing. And yeah, so I had the time of my life, and I can't wait to be a Swiftie for the rest of my life. No, in other words, since I just talked about Travis Scott, also recently in my world that was amazing, Utopia dropped. Utopia dropped. I thought it was fucking great. I thought it was different in a good way, where I don't think, and as an artist, I feel like you get to this point where when you put out a fucking masterclass, like Drake's not going to put out something that is up to the standards of like Nothing Was the Same. It's just not going to happen. I mean, who knows, but it's generally is not going to happen again to put out a piece of work that great. I wasn't expecting him to like do some crazy Astroworld shit, because like the rollout plan for Astroworld was absolutely insane. The album itself was absolutely insane. So I wasn't expecting all that. Did it take 2 to 3 days of me kind of like listening to it over and over again to really be like, okay, cool, like I really fuck with this album? Yes, because with Travis Scott, from Astroworld, Birds in the Trap, Rodeo, Days Before Rodeo, like I always had this like kind of like, you know, outer space feeling with the production of everything, and just like very, I don't know how to, mythical shit. I don't know how to word it, but it always had that vibe to it. And Utopia didn't necessarily give that on certain songs like Telekinesis and God's Country. It gave like cool, but it was his Yeezus album, in my opinion. Like he was testing on a ton of shit. I was telling a couple of people, I think this was an album for him where he's going to look at what track, because Astroworld was kind of like, I know not every track was the same, but it all had the same vibe. This one, a lot of different. So I think he's going to like test out what tracks people liked the best and then cater something to that going forward. But regardless, I thought Utopia was fucking awesome. I cannot wait until he tours again. I know it's like a hot topic right now, but I just can't fucking wait for it. He still has yet to disappoint me. I don't think he's going to disappoint me when it comes to music and production and everything like that. So, no, I thought Utopia was fucking awesome. It lived up to after listening to it for a little while, absolutely lived up to my hype. I thought it was fucking awesome. Obviously, Mike Dean did his thing. He had like just insane. I mean, shit, he had Beyonce on there. Like, come on. He got Playboi Carti. Like, I'm not even a Playboi Carti fan, but just like usually Playboi Carti is out here doing features and shit like that. So that was really cool. And no, I'm excited to see where he goes from that. Obviously, he just had an album rollout, so I can't wait for him to announce a tour coming soon. But no, Utopia, I give it like 8.5 out of 10. For me personally, I think that's a good rating, honestly. I think it's fire. I wish he still had a fire rollout plan with Kylie by his side. But you know what? Times have changed. Times have changed, and that's okay. He's still out here making lit shit. So shout out to Travis Scott. I thought that album was fucking awesome. Also, I post these, I don't know why this just came to my head. I post these videos to TikTok, and I have them on YouTube too. But like, if anyone has topics that they want like talked about, like comment that shit. Like, comment anything you want, or DM me, whatever, maybe anything you want me to talk about in this shit. Because, like, I always have, like, a big list of shit I want to talk about. But, like, if there's other shit that's super interesting, like, let's talk about it. Like, I'm here to talk about anything, even if I don't have knowledge on it, because I just feel like that's fun. Like, I'm just here to talk about whatever. So, I'm going to start saying that on TikTok, too. I'm just going to be like, yo, comment what you want me to talk about. But no, other than that, day in the life, I went golfing recently. Golf has been super fucking fun. I only shot like 11 over. Shout out Brett Litkey. He's my unofficial golf coach because he's like a golf pro and like knows his shit. But I can't like afford his rate. So I'm like his Make-A-Wish kid where he's like, yo, like I'm just gonna like help you out. And he's the super bro. Love that guy. And he got me to be 11 over. So I think that's a good starting point. I can't chip for shit. Can't really putt that well either, but our drives are pretty good. Our drives are going good. But no, we went to Wilson Harding in LA. It was super fun. Went with my guy Brandon, I think his name was. Cool dude. He was tripping on shrooms the whole time, like randomly. And it was dope. So shout out my son Brett. He just also came out with One Joe, One Pro, which I don't actually know exactly what it's going to be yet, but the first 2 reels were really funny, and I think it's just going to be like a cool reels about like an average Joe golfing and then a pro. Obviously, Brett's the pro. And I'm trying to put in my application to be the Joe. Like, I don't know what else I got to do to become this fucking Joe. Like, I got to do some wild shit. I'll do some wild shit. But no, shout out to Brett. Golf was mad fun. And I feel like we're just getting a little more classy with golf. So I'm trying to become classier. And, you know, I went to go see Oppenheimer over last weekend, and I thought that made me classier. And let me just say, if that movie does not win Best Picture and Best Director, and I want to say Best Lead, but I know this is going to be controversial as fuck, but Margot Robbie was awesome. But Best Lead, because Cillian Murphy was just absolutely fucking insane. I loved everything about Oppenheimer. I know people are like, oh, 3 hours is too long. Bro, I sit on the couch sometimes to watch TV for like 8 hours. Like, real shit. So a 3-hour movie that's like fucking awesome was great. I thought just the cast was amazing. The acting was awesome. The soundtrack was insane. It's Christopher Nolan. So like there wasn't really many low hopes to it. It was all high hopes, and it lived up to all of them. I do wish, because when Oppenheimer got announced, like I went in and did a little research on Robert Oppenheimer just to like see what was up about him. I wish I did more research about like the Truman presidency and people in that, because like Robert Downey Jr.'s character I didn't really know much about, and like his people didn't really know much about like Truman and shit. I mean, shit, I wasn't even conceived yet, so didn't know much about that, and I wish I learned a little about that ahead of time, but I got to learn about them. And like one of my favorite parts in the whole movie that I just thought was so funny was just that after the atomic bomb went off and Oppenheimer went to go meet with Truman when just like all the news shit was happening, and he went to Truman, it was just like, yeah, like I feel really bad, blah, blah, blah. Truman just kept it real with him. He's like, yo, like who the fuck do you think they're going to be mad at? It's not you. Like I was the one who made the call, so like stop being a crybaby. Which I get. Oppenheimer's like thought of it, like, you know, I'm the one that created this, but at the end of the day, like Truman's the one that dropped it. So like I thought that was just like some real shit. I thought that was like, it was fun. It wasn't funny because obviously like the, you know, right place, you know, just got to know the situation, but in general, like it was just real. Like, bro, know who I'm the one who dropped it, not you. So no, I thought it was cool. The whole movie kind of like gave which makes sense, but it gave a vibe of like there was a stopwatch going on. There's a ticking time bomb, which obviously, funny enough, there was a bomb. But no, just, and maybe that's just me being way too dramatic, but the whole vibe of the movie just felt like it was on like a timer, which at least the way I was watching it, I thought was super fucking cool. And yeah, like I thought it was also really quick. And I'm guessing everyone else might have the same thought about this. When the fuck did Albert Einstein die? Like he was alive. I thought he was like early 1800s dying in like mid to late 1800s. I did not know he was alive. He died in 1955. Like what? I thought he was way gone. Just like, and he just pops up. His cute little old self is just like, yeah, like I like you. I don't like Robert Downey Jr.'s character. I was like, fuck yeah. Like I thought that was awesome. And he was just like the cutest little character, like him and his big old brain. Like shout out Albert Einstein. Helped with that shit. But shout out to Christian Anton, who, one of my good friends out here, works at IMAX, kills it for IMAX, by the way. Like he's like, he does interviews. He's on their content, but he does interviews with directors and absolutely kills it. And I love watching all of his interviews. Shout out to Christian. But he was able to get us tickets, like a special screening at IMAX HQ in Los Angeles to go see Oppenheimer, which I didn't know is that was on a 70 millimeter lens. And there was only 17 or 19 screens in the country that offer that specific millimeter screening, like for that IMAX film. Not only did we get to go to one, it was IMAX HQ. So, and it made a difference. Trust me. It was insane. If you can go to one of those theaters, like definitely do it. It was crazy. Shout out to Christian. You were the GOAT. But no, after we watched Oppenheimer, cause we went at like noon and got done at like obviously like 3:30, got like a late lunch, early dinner, and we live up by TCL Theater. And I was like, you know what? Let me just do some Googling. Boom. It was like 6 p.m. Boom. Barbie showing at 9 p.m. You want tickets? Hell yeah. So we had an official Barbenheimer day. And honestly, I don't care what age group you are, for someone who is going to go in and not like Barbie, you're just fucking stupid. Like, you're a moron. Like, Barbie was such a good movie. Like, I was going into it, like, I had good hopes for that movie too, but I was like, maybe it's going to be more like family friendly, corny humor. It was like legitimately funny ass humor. And like, when people are like, oh, well, they were playing fake characters, that no shit. Like, Barbie obviously wasn't real, and I thought they did it perfectly. How like they crossed over into the real world, went to Santa Monica. It was crazy. They got arrested the 2 times. Like, I thought like their lives back in Barbie Land, was it called, was awesome. Like, I mean, her acting was insane. She is Barbie. Like, Margot Robbie is Barbie. Like, got to have Dua Lipa in the movie. I thought that was awesome. And yeah, I thought it had like legitimate humor. I thought the message was like, I don't know how people didn't get the message across. Like, I thought it was real. I thought it was awesome. Ryan Gosling played such a good Ken. Such a good Ken. And I thought it was cool that I just found out recently that Sasha, I think her name was, America Ferrera's daughter, when Margot Robbie, Barbie, goes to the high school and they're sitting there just like tearing her up. I didn't know that, and this is just a conspiracy at the moment, but those are supposed to be the Bratz dolls. Because like Bratz and Barbie like had beef, but like those are supposed to be the Bratz dolls because they had the same exact name as them and like dressed the same as them. So like, I want more insight that would be really cool if she just like put that in as an Easter egg. I think that would be sick. But no, regardless, that movie was awesome. My favorite part, like, bro, Will Ferrell plays such a great, anything he does is amazing. And him just playing like that CEO that is just like really stupid, but just like mean CEO, but also is like too stupid to be mean, I thought was awesome. My favorite part of probably the whole movie, which was funny, was when they get to America, Ken walks into this corporate building and he just sees this big billboard and it's like George Bush horses, like a monster truck and like construction or something like that. And he's like, hell yeah. And then at the end of the movie, when like they finally get stuff and Ken was just like, yeah, like when I looked up patriarch or like top masculinity, whatever, and found out that it wasn't just about horses, I kind of didn't care anymore. And then like all went back to being good and he was just back to being beach. And I thought it was awesome. I don't know. I had such a fun time with that movie. It was genuinely funny. And yeah, so like I thought tremendous movie. Truthfully, like awesome movie. Barbie was great. I'm trying to think, another movie was that Lionel Messi officially is a movie. Inter Miami officially making his U.S. debut. Supposedly he's played in 5 games and has 6 goals. No, 3 games and has 6 goals. Something like that. Some crazy Messi stat. But no, that's going to be crazy. That I wonder, I saw a tweet that was funny, is that like whenever an NBA player does bad and people tweet like, get ready to learn Chinese, like bye, that's what like all the European players are doing. Like Messi could go back to Europe and dominate if he wants. I'm not using him as an example, but just like knowing that, okay, you're not going to get the same necessary like crowd. Like what are they going to do when they go play fucking Inter Oklahoma or whatever? Like he's just going to be like, what the fuck is this? Like, I'm not used to any of this shit. But no, his debut in Miami was dope. Like LeBron, Kim Kardashian, like Diddy, DJ Khaled, my son Dave Grutman, like all of them were there, and it looked awesome. I think he's going to enjoy Miami. Seems like, I mean, he's worth like $100 trillion, so he's going to have a great time in America. Honestly, he's one of the most famous people on the planet too. Not more famous than Taylor Swift, but still one of the more famous people on the planet. So no, he's in Miami. Also in the sports world, Anthony Davis just signed another 3-year, $186 million contract with the Lakers, which I don't know, I'm back and forth on when it comes to AD. Like, I love having a good big man to be able to help Bron out. Like, I think from Reeves, Rui, D'Lo, like, it's going to be a good like supporting cast of obviously everything, but 186 mil for like 30 games a year, and out of those 30, maybe like 15 of them are like extremely great. Like he needs to figure out like how to not get hurt. Like, come on, man, you're making like $200-300 million a year. Like, figure it out. Respectfully, but yeah, so he just signed that deal. I'm excited for the Lakers season, honestly. The West is going to be so goddamn tough because, I mean, I know he's old, but adding Chris Paul to the Warriors is going to be great. Obviously, you have the Suns trio, which, hot take, I don't think is going to do that well. Like, Bradley Beal's a dog. Bradley Beal's great. Obviously, Devin Booker's insane. Obviously, Kevin Durant's insane. But just, I don't know. It's going to be a weird dynamic. Obviously, they still have Ayton. But, yeah, I'm curious to see how the Sun season goes, so I guess we'll just have to sit and wait on that. But no, regardless, like I think the Lakers will still be okay in the West. Obviously, you still got Nikola Jokic, Jamal Murray, Jordan Clarkson. No, Jordan Clarkson's on Utah. Damn, I don't know why I'm forgetting who else is on Denver. But regardless, Denver's still going to be really good. But no, I'm excited for, the Lakers. Anything that can get Bron another chip. And yeah, speaking of Bron, is Bronny. It's fucking scary. So Bronny, LeBron James Jr., suffered a cardiac arrest like last week, I think, at USC when he was practicing. And it's scarier because I'm sure like many people, I just learned the difference between cardiac arrest and a heart attack. That a heart attack is, I don't necessarily know what a heart attack is, but a cardiac arrest is just when your heart completely stops. That's fucking terrifying, especially for an 18, 19-year-old kid. So, I don't want to be one of those people that my first thought is like, yeah, I want to see him in the NBA, but he's 18 and 19. Like, he does not need to be having a cardiac arrest. He's going to be fine for the rest of his life regardless of what he does. Let's just hope he's healthy. Again, it would be great if, he's able to work with that and figure out what's going on. And then being able to see him obviously play with LeBron. But, the James gang, the James family is royalty. So whatever, as long as they're happy and healthy, I don't give a fuck. So shout out Bronny. Hope he's doing good. Shout out USC medical staff because supposedly they just like were on the scene super quick and responded very well. And, that's why he's doing good. So shout out Bronny. I'm trying to think what else has been going on recently. Oh, in the sports world, Tom Brady. Irina Shank, I think is how you pronounce her name. But I need to know, like, I get there's celebrity relationships all the time, but how do you become the person that, like, only dates A-list people? Like, Irina Shank has been with Kanye, Bradley Cooper, Tom Brady. I forget who else it was, but, like, how do you become the person where it's just like, yeah, like, my, boyfriend clientele, my, like, my roster for boyfriends is specifically A-list of the A-list. Like, I don't want any A-minus list. I don't want any B-list. Like, that's not happening. I just think it's crazy, but no, my boy Tom. I got no sleep last night because of Taylor. No, my boy Tom is really out here. Supposedly Giselle wasn't that happy about it, but he's going to live his life. He's going to be out here. He's Tom Brady. Like, it still might be Kim Kardashian. We're not 100% sure exactly, who he's fucking / dating and, having a great emotional relationship with and going and getting dinner and cuddling and stuff with. So we don't know who that really is. But regardless, I thought, okay, he's getting back out in the game. And he did it the right way and waited until him and his wife were divorced. Unlike Ariana Grande. Yeah, Ariana, I'm coming to you. I'm going to say it. And I know this is going to be controversial, but I don't think Ariana Grande is a very good person. I don't. It seems like she's constantly, whenever there's a relationship afoot, there's some home wrecking something, whether it's the guy home wrecking his life to be with her or vice versa. And she goes into these situations constantly of men who are with another woman. You can't keep playing the like, oh, I didn't know, or he told me, or like, you're a homewrecker, truthfully. Like, it seems like every guy she's ever been with, there's always some story that his relationship wasn't over with the girl or this and that. Should those guys be blamed too? Absolutely. And they usually are. And they're usually called dickheads or they cheated or whatever it may be. She gets off scot-free every time. Like, she's out here breaking up families, ruining marriages and shit. Like, I need her to be held a little bit accountable. Just a little bit. Like, Ariana, like, I'm watching you a little bit. And the other part of that, and going to see my girl last night, is when, you know, the whole Scooter Braun thing happened, when he officially bought all of Taylor's masters. And, you know, she was sitting here. Obviously, everyone knew how bad, even before the Eras tour. Like, I was on Taylor's side knowing how awful that shit is. And Ariana just stuck by Scooter's side, even vouched for him. Like, I don't think she's a girl's girl. I really don't. Does my opinion matter on it? No, because I'm a man. It's how it goes. Like, fuck it. Like, obviously it doesn't. But just from my point of view, I don't see Ariana, what the fuck? Ariana Grande being that much of a girl's girl. I just don't see it. And, you know, shout out to Kat. I forgot her name in Victorious. Like, loved her character. I'm gonna keep yawning. Shout out to her character in Victorious. Like, obviously has always put out bangers and shit. But no, I just don't think she's that good of a person. And, you know, I think she needs to be called out and held accountable. You know, and that's just my opinion on Ariana Grande. Honestly, I hope it changes. But for right now, that's that. Also, Lizzo's getting... I don't even know what to make of this situation. It's so odd. Like, supposedly Lizzo's getting canceled at the moment because she's been body shaming her dancers, which is crazy, and made one of her backup dancers, like, eat a banana that was out of another woman that was in, like, Amsterdam or some shit like that. And she's just, like, a not good person to work for, which I'm starting to get more and more that, like, you really don't know these people, like, these A-list people, and who works for them, you know, and actually intimately knows them. They might not be as, you know, peachy clean as you may think. But I was kind of disappointed by that. I was like, Lizzo, I expected better from you, Lizzo. So no, her backup dancers are suing her now for just, like, a crazy, toxic, and just bad workplace, verbally abusive, emotionally abusive, all that shit. So I don't know. I gotta see how that goes. But, like, Lizzo, what are you doing? What are you, like? Your music is about positivity and shit, and you're Lizzo. So, like, we need you to do better if this is the case. Like, you know who doesn't verbally abuse and emotionally abuse and shame her backup dancers and shit, and who also gives away $50 million of bonuses to her crew? Taylor Swift. That's who. That's another part. She gave away $50 million. I get it. I understand how much the Eras Tour is making. It's a moral thing. I don't give a shit. $50 million as bonuses to her crew. From the truck drivers to the graphics people, the set designers, the dancer, everything. Like, I don't know how you could be a better person. I don't. Like, I really don't. Like, Taylor Swift is just, she's setting that bar as high as that bar. I couldn't jump and touch that. I couldn't even jump and touch that bar, let alone, like, put something over it. No way. Like, Taylor Swift is fucking awesome. And yeah, Lizzo, you truthfully got to do better for me. Who else has to do better for me is Alex Earl. She was out here kissing a 17-year-old. But honestly, I don't know if she's, like, very well PR trained or what it is, because she kind of, like, went about that in an amazing way. So she was out in Montauk and just, like, supposedly got caught kissing some designer's grandson or some shit like that. He was 17. And it got put on video, all this and that, whatever. It was trending. It was viral for a little while. She went on like nothing happened. Like, nothing happened. And guess what happened? Nothing. And it went away. Like, people might joke about it, but no one gives a shit anymore. Like, I feel like that's PR Masterclass 101. Like, yeah, go about living your life. Nothing ever happened. Like, could Lizzo do that? Probably not, because you got some serious allegations against you. But, like, Alex Earl is just like, didn't give a fuck. I'm going to keep going and living my life like this didn't happen. So I think that's, like, shout out to her. I think she's still killing it. And I love that. Also, I saw an update about it, supposedly, that this is like the last week that we won't at least have one thing of football throughout until the Super Bowl. Supposedly we got football's back. I'm excited for that. But no, other than that, like updates in my life, those are just like my nice little up-to-date topics and shit like that. And I'm trying to get better, like figuring out how to like manage going through them. I just get thoughts. I'm trying to segue the right way. I'm looking at my Instagram Explorer page, and it's literally all food, and I'm dying of hunger here right now. But no, other than that, updates to go forward is just that I'm going to Vegas on Sunday for work, on Sunday until like Wednesday. I think that's going to be awesome. Got a lot of high hopes for that. I think that's going to be really cool. And no, just like working away, hopefully going to keep doing this, getting better. And I officially found out how to multicam it. So we're going to start getting guests in here. There's going to be, I promise you, I know you may be bored. I don't want you to be bored because we talk about fun shit. But we're going to get some guests in here. One of my first guests I think I want is Brett Lickey, my unofficial but official He Make-A-Wishes for me golf trainer. Get him in here. But yeah, I want to get some more fun guests in here to talk about cool shit because now that I officially know how to do that. And yeah, I just want to keep doing this shit. It's always fun coming in here talking about fun stuff that's going on, giving my take on shit. I'm excited. It's been 2 weeks since I was doing it last, so I'm excited to get back into it. I'm trying to think if there's anything I missed really quick, like anything happening. Livy Dunn Instagram story. Brianna Chicken Fry and Zach Bryan. Shout out to that. Like, I'm here for that. I'm a big Brianna Chicken Fry stan, so shout out Brianna Chicken Fry. Like, if you hate on Brianna Chicken Fry, fuck you. Like, she's cool. But no, I think that was like such a out of the blue couple. I knew she fucked with his music. Like, they went to the concert together and shit. But I just like, that was so out of the blue when I saw them dating, and like, I'm here for it. Like, she said that she wasn't ever gonna date a celebrity, but like, we knew that was cap, so we just need to know, like, all right, let's do it already. Like, date a celebrity. You would be a fire power couple. So she's officially dating him. Internet's hating on her for, like, fucking over. Like, who gives a shit? Like, she's happy. She's having a nice situationship with a professional, wow. A very famous singer. And, oh, my son. And yeah, so shout out Brown and Chicken Fry. I think that's going to be awesome. Shout out BFS Podcast. Shout out my son Dave, honestly. We're just doing a ton of shout outs. And supposedly, as of right now, Kai Cenat has been, shout out Kai Cenat, because I fuck with his content heavy. He's been arrested following, this is a weird, he got arrested for his giveaway. Okay, so there's like a video of it. He was at Union Square in New York City, and he was doing a giveaway, and I'm guessing he got arrested for, like, I'm guessing it's going to be like inciting like a huge crowd. It doesn't look like it was a riot, but oh no, it's kind of a little bit of mayhem. Yeah. Again, it wasn't like a riot. It wasn't like people were like out here doing crazy shit, but just I'm guessing that's what he'll get from it. I'm sure they're like, you caused a crazy commotion, whatever. But no, shout out Kai Cenat. I think he's doing it right. Honestly, in the streaming world, I think he's fucking killing it. Streaming seems tough. Streaming does not seem easy. So, and I know people will be like, old people will be like, what do you mean? You're just sitting in front of a camera for 10 to 12 hours a day? Crazy. Absolutely crazy. But no, that's crazy. Like that's it. That's all the updates I got at the moment. And yeah, like I said, we're off for 2 weeks. I might have to put on pause for like 4 or 5 days because we're going to be in Vegas. And obviously I'm not going to be able to do this in Vegas because I'm going to have to focus on work and other people's content. So no, I'm going to put this on hold at the moment, but I said that like it's going to be a while. I'm going to put this on hold for like after this episode comes out for maybe like 4 or 5 days. And then we're going to get back to it. But regardless, I'm hype. Episode 7, we hear the Mackin show. Let's go. And whoever does watch, honestly, even if it's 50 people, 100 people, whatever, it's cool. I love coming in here and talking and shit. And I can't wait to get more people in here to talk some shit with me. So until then, peace.